Hello, welcome to the Bronze Age Monsters bonus show. This is a show that we make each and every week for our loyal patrons, where we this season are going to be talking about a different satanic movie every single week. This one we are going to be discussing Blood Orgy of the She-Devils, which we watched on our Discord with a lot of you folks, and we had a good time doing it. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be rolling the... How many sided die is this? 26. 30. Okay. 30 sided die. Through that, the Dark Lord is going to choose our next movie.
Yep.
Yeah. So you are a fan of this guy's films, or you are aware of them?
I'm a fan of psychotronic films.
Mm-hmm.
So I know of his career, and he's pretty big. I mean, in the psychotronic industry, he was, I think he was born in Romania. His birth name was Theodore Vincent Mikechevich. Changed his name to Ted V. Mikels when he moved here. He started doing like radio spots and stuff like that. He had like a studio in the 60s, and then he started making films. But before that, he actually moved to Bend, Oregon. And he was in a theater group, and he helped make some Westerns that were shot there in the 50s and early 60s. And that's kind of how he got into film, pivoting out from audio ads for the radio into the film world. And he's kind of an infamous guy. I mean, he, in 1964, he was in stuff called The Indian Fighter, Oregon Passage, Tonka, in the 50s. And then he immediately pivots to Dr. Sex, Orgy of the Dead, so like Agent for Harm. A lot of his stuff was riffed on Mystery Science Theater. So Agent for Harm was riffed on Mystery Science Theater. It's a Euro spy piece of crap. The Black Klansman's kind of famous as one of those. It's interesting. Catalina Caper is a beloved Mystery Science Theater episode. Girl in Gold Boots is as well. Astro Zombies had Tura Satana. He did The Corpse Grinders, which is about people who are unscrupulous cat food makers who use dead bodies to make cat food, and it makes the cats go feral and attack human beings. Very entertaining. We watched it for That's Cool, That's Trash, and did an episode around it. He produced Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, the Bob Clark film, which is one of my favorite B movies. But yeah, and The Doll Squad. It's probably one of his most notable ones because it was made in the early 70s, and when Charlie's Angels came out, he sued Aaron Spelling. I think he won. Or they settled.
Interesting.
But basically, The Doll Squad is Charlie's Angels, but like for the drive-in. And then Charlie's Angels came out like 4 years later. So it's pretty obvious that he ripped him off. Yeah, he kept making films for a long time and producing stuff up until his death. A lot of it's not good. He made sequels to The Corpse Grinders. He made sequels to The Astro Zombies. He... multiple ones. Corpse Grinders 3 in 2012, Astro Zombies M3 cloned in 2010.
Oh God,
just crap. And Athena and I watched one called Demon Haunt, which was made in 2009. It was the first time in his 60-year career that he used CGI. It is very obvious in that as the case. It's terrible, and it looks. I've seen better snuff films. A kid, but it is unwatchably bad. But we watched the whole thing. But yeah, he is one of those guys who did not take kindly to being called a schlock guy. He didn't think that his stuff was garbage. He didn't think it was just programming stuff for drive-ins. He honestly thought he was making entertaining things for people to watch that they liked. So it's kind of weird that I laugh at him and stuff but I don't know, man. I would say if you're interested at all beyond this film, I would watch the Doll Squad, Astro Zombies. I would definitely recommend some of his Mystery Science Theater Rift movies. It helps a lot. That being said, we watched Blood Orgy of the She-Devils, which is ostensibly about a witch in the LA area who has people come into her home, and she leads these seances or spiritualist events where she reads people's futures and their past lives. And we follow some people who are kind of skeptical or something, that go into this world, get pulled into this world. And yeah.
Oof, yeah, the seance scene was really, really rough.
Oh God,
So,
let's talk about the things that are memorable. It's largely a bad film.
oh,
I
definitely.
wish I could see it done by Mr. Sense Theater or Riff Tracks because it's pretty bad. And he was proud of this film because he said I did like years of research on witchcraft and Satanism and the occult. And he's like, I put all of this effort in this, and this is kind of my little like I'm proud of this thing. And I had read that before I saw the film. So when I saw it
Oh
with you guys
no.
the other night, that was the first time I'd seen it. And yeah, I don't know if you want to do first impressions or just talk about that seance scene, but like
Well, that's kind of the first. So does planning the hit happen before the seance scene? I
yes.
think it does, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the first part of the film where she's approached by
Foreign agents.
foreign agents, yes, and they want her to assassinate someone, and so she agrees for a large sum of money. What did she say? They're trying to pay her something, and she,
It's like 30,000 or
yeah,
something. I
I
forget
think
what it
she
was.
says, I think she ups them to 30,000 for the hit, and so she's tasked with doing this, yeah, remote witchcraft assassination.
I was totally into this by this point.
Yeah,
Like,
this was great.
honestly, I was like, okay, so I love Eurospy, which if you folks don't know, Eurospy is like the subgenre of cheap James Bond knockoff movies.
And they're
So
great.
yeah, they're often entertaining. They have great soundtracks a lot of times. American actors with largely European casts, that kind of thing. They're fun. So it's like, oh, cool, we're getting like a weird occult Eurospy movie, like the ambassador of Rhodesia who's needs to be killed before he gets to the UN and makes blah blah. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That was not the plot of the film.
Nope, it was a very small part of the film. So she makes this deal, and then next, yeah, she has this séance, but the main
Well, she kills that guy.
Yeah,
It's like a voodoo doll.
that's right.
Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah,
The interesting thing happened really fast.
it did. And then it's just this painfully long scene of her conducting a séance, but the spirit that she is channeling is Native American, and it is one of the most painful Native American impressions I've ever seen.
I think
And it just keeps going.
it keeps going. I think his name was Tamakama or something.
Yeah,
It's like some nonsense like Hubba Bubba type of
Yeah,
thing.
it was, but
He's a
yeah,
chief,
lot of heap big, a lot of squaw, and teepee is
Yep.
it is truly awful.
referring to a pregnant girl as having a papoose inside of her tummy or something.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, that's not what papoose means, by the way. It's
Yeah,
not baby.
nope,
It's a
it's
baby
not.
carrier.
It's
So we're all
not.
pointing out while watching it.
Yeah, I think all of us were pointing that out, and it's funny that he did so much research, but yeah, that was just.
I would say it's triggering. It's borderline trigger warning, like racist.
Oh yeah, it was high levels of awful racism that excruciatingly go on for like 14 minutes or something. Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
And I guess highlights after that, man, I don't know. If this sounds like something you're into, if you want to watch something that is truly terrible, I highly recommend watching it with friends like we did. That definitely made it better.
I would watch this in a heartbeat with you in a 6-pack and
Oh, yeah.
Gubby. Like it's funny, but like you definitely need to have someone on hand to like, oh my God, what the fuck's up with that? Right? Like,
Yeah,
if you don't have that, it's just excruciating. So here's my we can't talk about the plot because the plot's non-existent or nonsense. So it doesn't matter. So the things are like, what do we know? We know that he hired this woman to play this witch, psychic, whatever she is.
Mhm.
And the problem is she has almost 75% of the lines in the film.
Yep.
And she can't act. She seems to think that yelling is acting, which I called shacting on shout acting on That School That's Trash. There was a mic present, but she didn't seem to care. She just yells. That's my main thing. What else? I mean, there's voodoo dolls. So the main characters from Girl in the Gold Boots, the film that he made like in '68 that was riffed on one of the, I think the final season of Mystery Science Theater on the Sci-Fi Network. The main characters, the main actors from that are the main actors in this. So if you've seen that, the Icky Elf and the Terrible Go-Go Dancer are the stars, ostensibly, and protagonists. Again, this is devoid of plot. And it's one of those things where you can't spoil anything. Like, they refer to a guy who studies parapsychology, and he apparently has some friends, and they appear in the last act like a bunch of Gandalfs and encircle the house and do white magic stuff, and the film's over. Like, it's gibberish.
Yeah, it is. It was so hard to understand what was happening, and yeah, that ending just really made me laugh. But I don't know. Yeah, wasn't my cup of tea. It was bad, but it was a little too bad for me to truly enjoy it.
So one thing I noticed editing the last episode, the bonus show, we neglected to rate Satan's School for Girls.
Oh no!
Very unprofessional.
Yeah, I give it a scaly claw up.
I would give it a claw up as well.
Yeah.
So this one,
yeah,
you're giving it a claw down.
I am definitely giving it a claw down. This was a little much for me.
I'm giving it a claw sideways because I'm interested in Ted V. Mikels, and I think it's funny to watch with a group of friends where you can tear it apart, but I would never enter the hell realm by myself and just expect to come out whole. It's got every... It's weird, man. Like when Terra Satana's on in it being a badass, or like when there's not things like that are like making this crap work, his stuff is really turgid and really fucking awful. I didn't realize how much like Terra Satana saved like Astro Zombies and Doll Squad. Like, oh, it's like, you have strong personalities in here that are making this nonsense entertaining. When you don't have those, it's just like, it's like fucking Cooper's coffee in the Black Lodge, just like fucking syrup, like bloop, bloop, bloop. So it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
Well, okay. You gave it a claw down. I'm giving it a claw sideways as a very, very tepid. Check it out if this is the kind of thing you think you could enjoy, but otherwise steer clear.
Mm-hmm.
So pull out your phone, my friend, and film the roll of the die.
Okay.
First of all, are you scared?
I mean, I'm always a little scared.
Yeah. That's cool. You know why? Because you're smart.
Well, I was a good Christian boy when I was little, and now I'm rolling 30-sided die channeling Satan. So, okay. All right, here we go. 23.
Ooh, that's nice. We got necromancy. So that was one I was talking about earlier. That had Orson Welles and the girl from Satan's School for Girls that we liked, Pamela. I forgot her last name.
Oh yeah, shit. We just not Harris.
She was in Legend of Hell House also.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, she was good. Anyway, I've kind of wanted to see this one for a while. There are multiple cuts of this, I believe. There's the 1972 theatrical one, which is considered a mess. And I believe there's another one that's kind of more true to the filmmaker's vision. I don't know what we're going to watch, but you should check out a watch along with Jacob. He's going to be doing the watch along without me while I'm out of town.
That's right. No, I'm excited to do that. Matt, you will be in France.
Yeah, France.
So yeah. We'll be doing the watch along. We're going to have a link in our Discord, and yeah, we have a link to our Discord now in our show notes, right? Which is great. Thank you, Ben.
Yes, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to see this new movie.
Cool. So I will hook you up with. Do you want the one that's truer to the original vision, or the one that people saw when it first came out?
Whatever's fine by me.
You need to make a decision.
What do you think, Sweet Pea? This big dummy wants the true vision.
Okay. I'm going to send you both. I'll let you make that final decision on your own.
Okay. Do you have the files actually?
I'll get them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll hook you up. Well, Cinemageddon will hook you up, but
Thank you.
yes, I'll be the channel, the vessel. So I'll watch that as well while I'm before I come back, so we can talk about it on the bonus show when I return. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited you get to take a trip, but and yeah, we'll miss you on the watch along.
I'll miss it as well, but I'll make Renee watch it with me.
Yeah, do. Yeah, so that's the end of the bonus show. And so yeah, well, what we like to say is until we meet again, hail Satan.
Hail Satan. I do have this.
He does have spider eyes.
Yep. I love that. However, I don't know if a smoked Bach is something I would drink again.
It sounds gross.
It tastes like smoked salmon and dark beer.
Oh God, fucking gross.